Hello, welcome once again to another thrilling episode of Geistmusik, number 202, which is pretty cool. So today I'm coming to you from the very beautiful Basilica of St. Paul on Power Street in Toronto. So you can see the nave behind me. It's absolutely fantastic. And this church also houses a fantastic mechanical action two-manual instrument that dates from the 19th century, and it's almost in its original form. It had a restoration by Gabriel Ney in the 1970s, but he didn't change very much about the organ. It is very, very much in its original design, tonally and mechanically, so it's a really interesting instrument. And I'm going to show you a couple of things about it just before I talk about the church. So as I come up here, and I'm just going to switch the camera around, and here is the console up in the gallery. So you can see fantastic two-manual console, and you can see the tracker rods in operation as they control two keyboards at once due to the coupler. And also an interesting feature is the straight pedal board. Most modern pedal boards are concave, so the lowest and highest notes are a little closer to the player than they are on a straight board. So it's a bit of an adjustment as far as the angles are concerned. And it has, as you can see, very beautiful pipe facade and great ceiling right above the organ. And then, whoops, I almost went for a spin there. So now as we look down the nave of this beautiful church, don't you feel like you're in Italy right now or something like that? You can see the great frescoes and paintings and decorative elements and so on. And there's Philip down there. And you might wonder, how is it that such a beautiful church is in this part of Toronto, or indeed any part of Toronto? Well, Bishop Michael Power, who was born in Halifax in 1804, was the first English-speaking Catholic bishop to have been born in Canada. And when the Archdiocese of Toronto was formed, it came out of the Archdiocese of Kingston, as a matter of fact. Bishop Power became the first archbishop, and this church was constructed, or at least the original church on this site was constructed in 1822, and it served as the cathedral in Toronto, which of course eventually, when St. Michael's Cathedral was built, the cathedral shifted to there sort of in the late 1840s. And of course Archbishop Power went to that cathedral, succumbing to typhus, I think in 1847 or maybe 49. So they had a pandemic going on at that time as well. But out of that legacy comes this incredibly beautiful building. This one was constructed at the end of the 19th century, and it was made a minor basilica by Pope John Paul II. And essentially what a minor basilica means, amongst other things, is that it is a place of uncommon beauty and heritage, known for its service to the community in the neighborhood in which it sits. And this is gorgeous St. Paul's Power Street. So I'm here today with my good bud Diego Paolo, and I'm doing well, man, and it's good to be doing stuff here with you. Now Diego he's the brain, he's the guy behind Together in Worship, which is a series of sacred concerts. I've had an association earlier this year with these, and I'm looking forward to doing more stuff. So Diego, tell us a little bit about Together in Worship. What's it all about?
Well, Together in Worship was basically a hymn festival, if you want to call it that, inspired by the Mark Tallender Foundation. Mark Tallender was an organist in Los Angeles. He was the associate organist at the Crystal Cathedral under Frederick Swan. He suffered a tragic accident where he lost his arm, and he is still doing amazing concerts and liturgical concerts all over the United States. So I kind of stole the idea, or refined the idea, and we did it here. What we do is we hire a choir, we hire amazing organists like yourself, Leo Marchaldon's the other brain trust behind that, and we've put on 2 events. And last year, or earlier this year I should say, we had a concert featuring yourself and Leo and the music of Lent. We had some amazing contributors like Mark Wood-Solomon, Jennifer McCallum, Jonathan Lee, Alejandro Bayon, and a whole bunch of other folks, about a choir of 20, and it was a great concert. We had about 250 folks, and I'm looking forward, when times are much better, of course, to doing more concerts, and hopefully even in Ottawa.
That's great. That's great. Well, I remember that show being a great show indeed, St. Margaret of Scotland, where you are the organist. And the place was full to the rafters almost, I recall. So people just stomping at the end of the show. They were loving it. So yeah, it's great. It's great. And another thing that Diego is putting together with Philip Elliott, who's down there, recording engineer, is a series showcasing the organs in Catholic churches in Toronto, which don't always get the notice that they deserve. And this instrument is absolutely no exception. So Diego, as his name suggests, is an Italian, and my birth father was Italian as well. So I claim 50% Italianness, although my name is not Matteo, it's Matthew, but
Today we can call you
Matteo Larkini. So what I'm going to do today is play an Italian piece just to honor Diego and the great work that he's doing. And it's a piece by Enrico Bossi, Italian organist who lived from 1860 or so to 1926 or so. Sorry, I don't have those exactly right, but he was a native of Bologna and worked extensively in Milan and also Naples, where he was a professor at the conservatory, but also he traveled very widely around the world as a recitalist. There's a very famous portrait of him in Moscow, for example, and he also traveled to the United States, concertized extensively on the East Coast, including at the famous Wanamaker department store organ in Philadelphia. And it was as he was returning from Philadelphia to Italy that he died. But he wrote a lot of really neat music, and one fun piece that I haven't played for years, but I'm going to have fun playing today, is his Scherzo in G minor. And so that's going to be our Geistmusik for today. Thanks as always for watching, and thanks to the good people of St. Paul's Power Street for allowing us to come in here and be in this beautiful space today. So here comes, I'm just going to set the camera up, hopefully nothing falls on the floor, and then we're going to do here. Okay, so now we're going to do some Enrico Bossi, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. watching. See you on the next episode.